We're on a new mark, just up from the other one. It's not raining, it's not windy yet. It's quite nice, and the sea is flat calm, which is not nice. But I'm here, Tom's there because he's hiding off camera. There's Tom.
Good for flatfish.
And we're fishing. So enjoy. We're going to set our gear up, get a bait in the water, and I'll get back to you in a minute. Well, I have to move a bit further down the beach. Maybe what, 100 metres, 150 metres down. So if you can see the water here, I'll get the camera in a second. It's a hell of a lot. It's a lot calmer and flatter, and we think we're away from the rock and the weed. But I'll point the camera down so you can see. See just how flat calm it is today. Barely any movement in that water whatsoever, which means perfect for flatties. Dreadful for anything else really, but we'll keep plugging on. So our baits today, I don't know if you can see us all here is here. Oh, get down. So we've got our usual, a bluey, squid, and we'll have fresh worm. We'll actually have some, we've got ragworm. Sure anybody, fishermen know what they are. They're little, the green, orange and the bite. And in here we have lugworm, which are not the greatest lugworm I've seen at the moment, but that little few will get us through this afternoon. We've got plenty of ragworm, and ragworm's the go-to bait really when we're here. I say here, when we're a bit further down the beach. Here, we don't really know what it's going to be like yet. It's always the downside when you're fishing new mark, you don't know what's going to be. I know it's the same beach essentially, we're just a bit further up from it, but the ground's different, there might be different type of fish here. We already know that the place we're at before was so snaggy, and it looks like the dip which we thought we were going to try and cast into, we've missed the tide and we couldn't get to it, and we're just going straight onto the rocks, and it was just losing gear. We think this is a bit more of a sandy patch. Try these worms out here, moves a bit squid, lugworm, flatties love a lugworm. We've got some frozen blacks from the last session still, and a bag with some mackerel from where we trip up further up north, which was left in the car for 6 hours and then in my fridge for a day and then got frozen, and I have smelt better, I must say. It is absolutely horrendous, and the bag's full of sludge, and hopefully the fish like off mackerel. Right, just thought I'd go a little bit over the dreaded multipliers. Now, a lot of anglers don't like them, they think they're a bit of hard work, a bit too much stress. This is your most basic, I would say, best one for beginners. This is an Abu 7, it's got a level wind, as you can see here, so when you wind that handle, this moves back and forth, lays your line flat. Very basic looking multiplier. The next type you can get is this one here. As you can see, it hasn't got a level wind, centrifugal brake on the side. This is a Penn Fathom 15. Very, very, very good reel, but I wouldn't recommend it for beginners. It can be a bit of a handful. I will take a toddle, pardon the shaky camera. We'll have a wander over to my stand. Unfortunately, this camera doesn't have motion blur, so I'll try and make it as less shaky as possible. And over here at mine, I've only got one rod in the water at the moment, so I want to film this before we move on to the rocks. This here is very similar to Tom's Fathom. It's a 525 Mag 2. The difference between this and Tom's is this little thing on the side here, a mag brake. It prevents overrun. I mean, that's turned off. I keep mine turned off at the moment, but it prevents you from overrunning the reel. Now, due to the wizardry of modern technology, I've also got a camera stand on the bottom of my rod. What I'm going to try to do in a bit is go over some of the basic casts and show you how you retrieve and set the line. I'll put the camera on the back of my rod so you can see exactly what my hand does. During a cast, you can see if I'm feathering it to slow it down, or whether I'm clamping straight down because it's going wrong, or whether the line's going to overrun, because overruns will happen. The best anglers in the world, it's going to happen. You'll get an overrun. If you catch it early, it's easy. If you don't catch it early, you'll get a horrible bird's nest. You lose the day picking a line out of your reel. But yeah, in a little bit, I'm going to try and get over how to cast with one of these things. There are two different types of cast you can do. Basic overhead cast, which is what me and Tom normally do. And you've got a pendulum cast, which is something it's took me 5 years to learn how to do it, and I can do it eventually. But we'll go over them in a little bit. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to try and go for a basic overhead cast, which means I'm just going to swing the lead a little bit, flick it up over my shoulder, and punch it as far as I go. I've got the cam attached to the rod. Tom's going to try and catch it in slow-mo. We're going to try and record on here and see how it goes. And then we'll go for the pendulum cast. That was basic overhead cast. Slight overrun on the reel, you'll see it. I'll add the clip on from the rod. You should see a slight overrun on the reel. Now for the big one, the pendulum cast. And I should, in theory, at least go over half as far again with the pendulum. I'm going to get the lead proper swinging, catch it over my shoulder, turn my whole body and let it rip. Wish us luck, people. Wish us luck. kind viewers. Right, ladies and gentlefish, what actually happened there was I bollocksed that up royally. I lost track of the lead mid-cast, let go far too late, caused a colossal overrun, massive bird's nest. Like we said though on rod and pollocks, we'll show you our mistakes, we'll show you when we get it wrong. I'll try and voice over us picking out the bird's nest. I had to stop it for battery life on that camera though. But I don't know if you've seen on this, I had to pretty much walk it right up the beach to get the nest completely out. But it's out. I'm going to give the pendulum a break because that one hurt us a little bit. I'm going to have another attempt at it a bit later on. So, we're going to go on a bit of a different approach now. Tom's made his way over onto the rocks. I'll point the camera over there in 2 seconds so you can see. Tom's going to fish off the rocks. I'm going to stay fishing off the beach. The rocks over here, the tide's just dropped low enough for me to get on. But at the moment, it's still a bit too iffy for my legs for me to try and get on there. I've got bad legs. I don't really want to slip and break my ankle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish the beach for another hour or something. And then join Tom on the rocks when the tide's dropped and the rocks are dried off a little bit more. Hopefully Tom's going to try and get some footage from up there. But at the moment I'm going to stay on the beach. I'm still only fishing one rod. Pointless is putting two out. I might stick the other one out in a minute. I don't know, but single lug worm on. Little pulley rig. Yeah, you know it was always going to be a pulley rig, wasn't it? We're going to keep it like this for a little bit. Hopefully I can get on the rocks and join them. Hopefully the action picks up a little bit. But it's so flat calm today. I mean, we've never had a lucky day to get out, really. It's so flat calm that, I've fished on rougher lakes. There's very little movement in this sea. I know it sounds like there is, but just tiny little rolling movement. Still a chance of a flatty though, hopefully. I mean, I'll fish ragworm with a squid tip. I've got a bit of bluey here. I might try a bit of bluey out there. Hopefully I'll pick up at least a flatty. But at the moment it's all very quiet. I've hurt my neck a little bit doing that cast. I am still going to give it another try again soon though. Because believe it or not, after I took that one on the camera, that I completely bollocksed up my next cast. I went for a pendulum and got it perfectly. Fortunately, Tom was already on the rocks. I wasn't recording it because I was just expecting it to blow out. I just wanted to get as much line out as possible. So the next time I lay it on, I can lay it a bit tighter and a bit flatter. And I punched the pendulum out for as far as I could. So, but we're going to keep plodding on, keep going at this. Hopefully we're going to get to see a fish for you soon. If not, yet again, same as last time, it's a fun day on the beach. Then I might have a beef and mustard sandwich now. We're back to the crisps. Well, it just wouldn't be an episode of Rod and Pollocks really, would it, without some bloody rain. I've just had to put the camcorder away. Luckily the action cam's in its waterproof case. I'm on the phone now, I'm having to use the phone. So hopefully this rain passes and I'll be able to get some more footage, but at the moment it's wet, miserable and I'm sick of my life. Oh, that's my face. So the rainstorm, the little bit of rain's passed. It was just a little drizzly shower. I'm still on the beach at the moment. Tom's obviously still on the rocks, just christening the water for there. Still not much action going on. I've changed again. I'm trying a bit of incredibly stinky mackerel. I'm starting to wish that I'd ate my sandwiches before I'd touched it, because as soon as I eat my sandwich here, I'm going to get all of the AIDS. I think I will have probably every form of hepatitis and possibly botulism by the end of today if I eat my sandwiches now, but Needs muster. So we're going to keep cracking on though. There's going to be a fish in here somewhere today. If it's not me, it'll be Tom. It will be Tom. But looks like I'm going to have to put the camera away very quickly again because I'm just starting to get raindrops on my head again. We're back together again. We're never leaving each other ever again. We got wet, it was horrible.
Michael had my brolly. My waterproof coat is not waterproof. Now I've got a wetty in it.
We're back together again, back on the beach. Hopefully on some clean ground. Get some flatties maybe. Or wet again. Whichever comes first. We're getting a fish today. We'll have to get a fish today.
Yes, forecast for late showers today. Late showers it says. Hiya Michael. Have we caught any fish?
No.
No.
The only thing I've caught is botulism off my sandwich. So, still no action whatsoever. I've now resorted to dirty tactics. I've took all of our dirty minging horrible mackerel, chopped it up a little bit and hide it in the water. Hopefully to get some stink in the... If it smells as bad as the air in the water, that should pull the fish in hopefully. If not, the crabs will get in amongst it, they'll flake it all up. Fingers crossed, it might work, it might not. Who cares though, it doesn't look like we're getting much today. I'm not leaving till we get a fish though. Even if it's just the one. I'm filming this Blair Witch style. It appears to be raining really heavily and I've got a wet leg and I'm not happy and there's no fish. Mom! Mom! I need snot out my nose and I'll be happy again. Just gaze a look people. Look at this shit. Light showers. It's not fun anymore. Why do we choose fishing? Why could we not do sunbathing or something? Testing sunbeds. Anything but fishing on a day like today. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's better than that carrier bag in the wind. He's getting attacked by baby spiders and soaking wet.
Oh! It's dripping in the arsehole, man!
So I've had about a half-hour spell of dryness, and then I looked off to the side. I don't know if you can see that in the distance there, ladies and gentlefish, but we're going to get wet again. This is literally going to be a video with no fish.
Michael, do you want to be in Stars in Their Eyes?
No fishing. Yes, I'll be in Stars in Their Eyes. Upside down. Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to catch a fish. Don't know if any of that's actually usable. We're now just using this whole video as just a general lark about, really. Hey, we've had Topless Tom, no fish.
We've had Titty Tom.
Titty Tom, still no fish. Stinky water. Spiders! Spiders like you've never seen.
I don't understand. They're coming up. Where are they coming from?
The sea spiders. They live in the sea, and at a certain time of year, they attack people called Thomas. So, spiders everywhere, little baby spiders all over. I've lost a rig. I've bird's nested my reel 3 times. I can't cast when it's wet.
I've got a moist gooch.
Tom has a moist gooch. I'm giving you some lovely scenery shots here. It's been an all-out disaster really today, and all because of that sea being as flat as that. Like, there's just no movement. There's nothing. Ooh.
As flat as what?
As flat as an ironing board. I can't add the outtake to what I said earlier. We'll just ignore that one, But we'll keep you posted. I'm going to try and make some sort of video out of this. I need to do another pendulum cast again at some point, if it stays dry, but that thing's just getting closer and closer towards me. So, enjoy, we'll keep you posted. We give up. Fuck it. You know, there's the weather turned on me. We're dripping wet, we're freezing cold. You know, you wouldn't think it was the middle of summer. So
C1, Tom and Mick, nil.
Oh, definitely. Sea crippled with, and there's just no movement in it whatsoever. One bite all day. I've got hypothermia, botulism, and I believe diphtheria as well.
And a rather cold testy.
And 1 cooled testicle. So that's everything for
Belt.
Rod and Pollux today. We're going along and I haven't even put my seatbelt on it. Don't do that, kids. That's not sensible.
Look at our list, man. See how much it's rained.
Right, that's everything for Rod and Pollux. Hopefully we'll see you again next week on a night fishing session.
Provided it doesn't rain.
Providing it doesn't rain, if not, it's day at the allotment.
It's literally rained for more than 30 days up here.
That's England.
Which isn't great. What's it been like down south?
I'm sure it's probably been. I'm sure it's probably been like sunny for 30 days. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be a big one. That's how much rain we've had. Right. Anyway,
And
remember,
again,
like, share, subscribe. More puddles. See you later. Like scenery shot. I got that. Oh, you're giving us so much comedy gold to put on as the end credit scene. It's